Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on May 22, 2023. Watch Sky News at 10. Russia claims to have captured Bakhmut. How jokes and ringtones spurred birth control in India. Daniel Penny speaks out after being charged over Jordan Neely killing on NYC subway. The Independent, New York subway killer denies H is racist and says he planned to visit Africa. The Telegraph, Daniel Penny addresses Jordan Neely's subway killing for the first time. The New York Times, former Marine charged with killing NYC man argues it had nothing to do with race. Mount Etna eruption forces grounding of flights at Sicily's Catania airport. Sky News, Mount Etna volcano erupts, raining ash on Catania, forcing flight suspension at local airport. ABC News, video, Europe's most active volcano Etna erupts, spews ash on Catania. Hindustan Times, Mount Etna eruption halts flights to Sicily's Catania airport. Reuters, watch, Italy's Etna spews ash, leaving Catania airport closed. Father killed and 2 children injured after grenade exploded in Indiana home. Sky News, father killed, 2 teenage sons injured after a grenade exploded in an Indiana home. CNN, grenade found in grandfather's belongings kills Indiana man, injures 2 teenage children. CBS News, 1 dead, 2 teens injured after grenade explodes at a home in Indiana. Ukraine war, satellite images reveal Russian defenses before major assault. BBC, military briefing, how Russia is fortifying its front line for Ukraine's counteroffensive. Financial Times, Serhiy Plokhy chronicles the Russo-Ukrainian war. The Moscow Times, both Ukraine and Russia claim to have control of Bakhmut. ABC News. ABC News, Australia, has the Ukrainian counteroffensive already begun. Italian PM Giorgia Meloni visits floods after 36,000 forced from their homes. Roads have disappeared, Italy begins cleanup after catastrophic floods. The Guardian, drone footage shows damage in Italy's flooded towns. Reuters, floods, EU mobilizes emergency equipment to assist Italy. European Commission, Italy, over 36,000 people displaced by floods as Giorgia Meloni departs G7 summit early. The Guardian, Italy's floods leave more than a dozen dead and thousands homeless. BBC News. Rome, climate activists turn Trevi fountain water black. Video. The Guardian, Rome's Trevi fountain turns black in Rome climate protest against fossil fuels. The Independent, Trevi fountain turned black by climate change protesters. The Times, Rome climate protesters turn Trevi fountain water black. The Guardian, climate protesters turn water in iconic Roman fountain black. ITV News. Russia-Ukraine war live. Bakhmut remains epicenter of combat, Ukraine says. Brazil's Lula, upset, not to meet Zelenskiy at G7. The Guardian, Russia films deadly attack on Ukrainian forces. Artillery rains fire on Kyiv's forces. Watch. Hindustan Times, Ukraine aims to encircle Putin's troops in Bakhmut. The Independent, Russia-Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 453 of the invasion. U.S. debt ceiling talks, productive, as Biden and McCarthy to meet 10 days from deadline. The Guardian, U.S. debt ceiling, Joe Biden and Kevin McCarthy seek to break impasse. BBC, News Wrap, McCarthy, Biden to meet Monday for high-stakes debt limit talks. PBS NewsHour, what the 14th Amendment really says, WSJ. The Wall Street Journal, congressional Democrats beg Biden to nullify their existence. SpaceX launches first Arab woman on private flight to International Space Station. Sky News, first Saudi astronauts to blast off in private mission to ISS. Al Jazeera English, SpaceX launches 3 customers into space on private flight. The Telegraph, a dream come true, Saudi Arabia's first female astronaut launches into space. ITV News. ITV News, SpaceX sends Saudi astronauts, including first Arab woman, to ISS. China hits back at G7 nations, accusing them of smears and slander. The Guardian, Russia's Lavrov says G7 is bent on double containment of Russia and China. Latest news, WION. WION, G7 takes stand against China's economic coercion. BBC, Watch, Japan riot police pin G7 protesters to ground in violent scuffle. Evening Standard, Zelensky uses G7 summit to reach beyond the West for support. Ukraine war, Bakhmut not occupied by Russia, says defiant Zelensky. BBC, Zelensky denies Russian claims Bakhmut has fallen in G7 speech. Channel 4 News, Ukraine, Zelensky denies Russian claims to have taken Bakhmut. The Guardian, explainer, how important is Wagner's claimed capture of Bakhmut? Reuters, Zelensky tells G7 summit Russia does not occupy Bakhmut. BBC News. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.